document is a contract that bonds the teacher and the students. It is in the learner's first language and it is signed either by the student or by one of the parents.
I ask that they read and sign an agreement with me. The agreement is in two parts, really. First, and most importantly, is outlining the objectives. So what do the students want to achieve and what do I think is realistic in the time frame that we've agreed upon. And the other part, which I think is equally important, is that the student agrees that they will do self-study and that they will complete homework.
I usually do an interview before the first class, so I can assess my student, this potential student, assess their level, their objectives. And in this interview, in this meeting, you can talk about your conditions, but make sure you have them written and signed. So they will be signed a virtual contract. There is a website called Sign Now, and there are other websites where you can sign digitally. So they are able to sign the document digitally and send it to you.
Something else that the terms and conditions should refer to is your cancellation policy. For example, if a student contacts me 24 hours before the scheduled lesson, it's absolutely fine to reschedule it. It's not a problem. However, if they write to me 1 hour before the scheduled lesson, in this case, it's not possible to postpone it. It's as if the lesson were given and it must be paid. But this is only possible because this type of information is highlighted in the terms and conditions document.
To get paid, I send an invoice at the end of every month detailing exactly what I've been doing with the client, and I always give a pay by date. So it tends to be 30 days after receipt of the invoice.
My students pay for the course in advance and they pay for a minimum of 10 lessons.
So they make a bank transfer, I give them my bank details, and they can do the payment like that.
Currently, there are plenty of online money transfer service providers, so it might be a good idea to do some research beforehand and choose a couple of most suitable options.
One of the best things about being a freelancer or starting your own business is that you finally get to organize your own teaching schedule. And this is a wonderful thing. However, it can mean you end up working too much. So keep in mind that it's very important that you do leave time aside for yourself. You need to be flexible. Clients will be asking you for lessons in the morning, in the afternoon, in the evening. And it's possible that you'll fill that time up every day of the week, but you mustn't. Keep some time set aside for yourself.
I hardly ever teach 2 back-to-back online lessons. The reason is I need at least 20 minutes between sessions. I need time after the session to download and save the recorded video. I also need time before the next lesson.
There's no secret to administration. It's just a matter of being organized. Write down absolutely everything.
You might want to use some online learning management system that could make it way easier to get access to all student-related statistics. For example, the amount of lessons conducted, your students' performance and their attendance as well.
At the end of the course, I always send my students something like a certificate in which I describe what they've learned during the course in relation to the program taught, and I always list 3 or 4 points for further development.
Go slowly and make sure you do things correctly and do things well. There's no point rushing things. Lay a solid foundation and build things up from there.